Environmental sustainability has become a hot topic in debates for the last couple of decades. The shift towards a sustainable future, preservation and protection of our environment had been on the agenda of most countries and organizations around the world as part of the agreement, the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development, created by United Nations in 2015. As the SDG goals were agreed by countries around the world, there are significant differences between countries how the environmental sustainability is perceived, managed and transformed into green future by application of the variety of approaches, scale and rate of the transformation. The example of those differences was pointed out during the lecture by Ian Scoones, who compared the UK's level of initiatives in transformation toward meeting the SDG goals with the results of the Costa Rica approaches in transformation toward green, sustainable development. The Costa Rica case shows a great example of the state making the difficult decision to abandon usage of fossil fuels, such as coal, since 1970 and focus on innovation and implementation of the renewable source of energy, which make them first country in the world that using that scale of renewable energy. From this point, it could be observed that the transformation is a slow process and it can take years to see any significant result. It does require long-term vision and states active interaction and engagement towards the implication of the vision, along with active support of all. Similarly, Scoones emphasized that some of the challenges for environmental sustainability transformation in UK is the large bureaucratic system and the politics in decision-making process within power structure must allow the transformation towards sustainable development. Further, the UK is highly dependent on the usage of fossil fuels with continuous resistance from energy companies and public to move towards renewable energy, which makes the transformation more difficult. However, the positive transformation can be achieved through the correct combination of a variety of approaches. This includes the structural, which focuses on change in perception of the issue, systemic approach with focus on identifying system drivers and system elements, an enabling approach which emphasizes social attributes, capacities by empowering agency as individuals and communities. Another point raised by Chris McCoy is that ongoing misunderstanding differences between change and transformation, often reflected as a result of undesirable outcomes. For him, change is fixing the past, while transformation is creating future, a completely new system. It can be agreed on this definition in relation requirements for the paradigm shift in current environmental policies. They are outdated and can represent unprecedented threat to people and ecosystems because of the separation and identification human-nature relation with underestimating its effects on overall ecosystem. Furthermore, environmental movements for right to nature reflects on conflict between needed of approaches for environmental sustainability transformation via innovation of direction, diversity, and distribution, and use approaches of profit-driven neoliberal transformative strategy. Those approaches create unnecessary burden and risk for the most vulnerable by limiting acknowledgement of social, demographic, and political structure, and by implementation of insufficient policies. Many states and organizations have denied the urgency of the environment sustainability, and they are still in the face of the business as usual. My attempt in her TED Talk questioning this approach and sustainability in general. For her, sustainability is dead, and she offered a completely new approach, the transformation through regeneration. Instead of building on unpractical and unsuccessful approaches on environmental sustainability, Maya challenged this by emphasizing the power and potential of the regenerative social innovation, where everyone can and should be part of it to sustain our environment.